the morning, we have morning songs. If you go to Vrindavan, how many of you been to Vrindavan? How many of you been to Vrindavan? Yes? Right? Many of you. So you go to Vrindavan, you know Mango Arti. Then first we go to Prabhupada's Samadhi, and at the Samadhi they sing the Guru Vastikam, right? They sing the Tapsara, which we usually sing. But after Prabhupada's Samadhi Arti, then we go to temple room. Prabhupada's Samadhi Arti is at 4:15, and then it's finished in 10 minutes, and then we go inside the temple room to receive darshan of Krishna, Balaram, Radhasham Sundar, and Nitai Gauranga. And then we sing Vibhavadishesha, right? And you sing all the beautiful names of Lord Krishna. Right? Vibhavadishesha, Aloka Pradesha, Vipachari, Upajiva. Now that all of the names of Lord Krishna, the incarnations of Lord Krishna, and in this way, we glorify the Lord in song, beautiful, beautiful songs with the names of the Lord. And in this way, we can clean our heart. So very important to do kirtan. We have so many nice songs. We can see these books with all the songs in them. And if you go to places like Bangladesh, there's many Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and they sit in the village, and they'll sing they know all the songs of Bhakti. We only know a few, just know a few, very few. But they sing Gaudiya Vaishnavas, many songs. And they just sing the whole day, beautiful songs of Lord Krishna. For sure, we spent a lot of time writing and composing beautiful songs. And then also, before Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur was another great devotee, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Lord Krishna. Narottam Das Thakur wrote beautiful songs in very simple language, but the meaning is very deep. Just like in Mayapur, every morning when we greet the Panchatattva in the morning, at the Damji Darshan, then we sing that song, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Radha. This song is written by Narottam Das Thakur. So that's just one of his. But Narottam Das Thakur, his book, a whole book of songs, so many songs in there. Beautiful songs. And the Bengali Vaishnavas, they will enjoy singing. Prabhupada said, you have to know the meaning when you sing the song. Because it's song, it's not just, songs that we just enjoy the tune. But we should know the meaning, the mood in which the song is meant to promote. Just like when we celebrate the disappearance of the Vaishnavas, then we have a special song to which we sing, Ye Anilo Primadana Karuna Thakur. And we lament the departure of the great soul. And we do a special song which we sing at that time. And it's very powerful, very meaningful. So each of these different songs is meant to awaken a mood of attraction for Lord Krishna and the association of devotees. And to lament also the loss of devotees. So like that, this is our Gaudiya Vaishnava. We like to do kirtan. There are other Vaishnavas, they don't do so much kirtan. If you go to the Sri Vaishnavas, it's more puja, a lot of puja. You go to the mud baths, they do a lot of yagyas. Yeah, I don't know. In Bharata, maybe they do also a lot of puja. In Bharata, they're also worshipping Radha and Krishna. Pushtimar, they're also Vaishnavas. They're coming from the Shiva Sampradaya. They worship the Lord as the child. And they also have songs, but the mood is worshipping Krishna as a young child, a young baby. So a different mood. Each of the different lines, the different Vaishnavas who worship the Lord according to their own particular teaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us that the supreme form of the Lord is as a young man, eternally youthful. And we worship the Lord in that way. We don't worship Ladu Gopal. Ladu Gopal is not really in our line, that's a different line. But we worship the Lord in a threefold bending form, playing the flute, as the cowbird part. So this is the mood in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Different, so each place will have their different teaching. Alright, so we have a verse on the board we're supposed to read today, is it? What is it? Chapter what? Chapter 9? Sloka number 4. Oh, okay. Upside down. Why is it has to be Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, text number 4. Maya Shristam Nidam Sarvam. Maya Shristam Nidam Sarvam. Jagat Avyaktam Murtina. Jagat Avyaktam Murtina. Matstani Sarva Bhutani. Matstani Sarva Bhutani. Nachaham Keshavastita. Nachaham Keshavastita. Maya tatamidam sarvam. Maya tatamidam sarvam. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Astani sarva bhutani. Sarva bhutani. Nachaham keshavastita. Nachaham keshavastita. Maya tatamidam sarva bhutani. Nachaham Others can check. Maya tatamidam sarvam. Maya tatamidam sarvam. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Jagat sarva bhutani. Masani sarva bhutani. Nachaham tes avastita. Nachaham tes avastita. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Masani sarva bhutani. Masani sarva bhutani. Nachaham tes avastita. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Jagat avyaktam murtina. Astani sarva bhutani. Astani sarva bhutani. Nacham te svavastita. Nacham te svavastita. Okay, translation. By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervading all beings in Okay, Jiva Swayameva Sura Jivada. Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service, under proper guidance, is he revealed. In the Brahma Samhita, Amjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. One can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, always within himself, and outside he is not visible. Here it is said that although the all-pervading, everywhere present, he is not conceivable. He is all-pervading, everywhere present. He is not perceivable senses. This is indicated here by the word Avyakta Murtina. But actually, although we cannot see, everything is resting in him. As we have discussed, cosmic manifestation is only a combination of his two different energies, the superior spiritual energy and the inferior.
Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Samadhanam Nitam Samadhivam Savaitam Savadutam Harinam Chaitanya Shri Ram Krishna Samaganadita Shri Vishwasantitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jaganpate Upe Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So Lord Krishna speaking the 9th chapter, this Raja Vidya, the most confidential knowledge. So Lord Krishna is describing in the verse tonight about this Avyakta Murtina, Avyakta, unmanifest. But this entire universe is pervaded. So Lord Krishna is everywhere, in everything, even within the atoms. Lord Krishna is there. He is there in his form as the Super Soul. In the next chapter, chapter number 10, which is Vibhuti Yoga, Lord Krishna will describe in a more physical way in which he is present in different phenomena in the material world. He will talk about how of rivers I am the Ganges, and of mountains I am Himalaya, or Meru, the mountains are Meru, of immovable things I am Himalayas, of beasts I am the lion. Like that, Lord Krishna would give many examples how he phenomena in the material world. And then at the end of the 10th chapter, then Lord Krishna will say, but what need is there for all of this detailed knowledge, O Arjuna? With a single fragment of myself, I predict, Lord. in the deity form. However, not everyone is able to accept the Lord in the deity form. Therefore, for such people who have very hard hearts, who are not inclined to see the Lord in the form of the deity, then they're encouraged, they can meditate on the Lord through the universe, meditate on different aspects of the material nature, how they represent the universal form of the Lord. Different parts of the material world, for example, rivers are compared to veins in the body of the Lord. And trees are like hair on the body of the Lord. The sun is like the eye of the Lord. Different parts of the body compared to different parts of the universe. The upper planets are like the top part of the head, the shoulders, the upper part of the body of the form of the Lord. And then the earth, the middle region, the waist, and the lower region is like the legs of the body of the Lord. So this way some people who are not able to see the Lord in the form of the deity, they can visualize the Lord through different aspects of the material world. Now, of course, it's a very material way to understand the Lord. However, Lord Krishna is describing that only in my unmanifested form this entire universe is pervaded. So Lord Krishna is describing this omnipresence, that whose presence becomes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So Krishna is not only present in the heart, but he is also active, and he's the instigator. He provides knowledge or remembrance or forgetfulness. In the 13th chapter, the Super Soul is described as Upadrashta and Anumanta, the overseer and the permitter of activities. Just like you may, and there will be somebody who is a supervisor who is checking on everyone to make sure you're doing your work. So Lord Krishna is present in the heart of everyone as the Super Soul. He's watching, he's overseer. Prabhupada has one disciple, he had one disciple, he was the grandson of Henry Ford, who had the Ford Motor Company. You've all heard about Ford's motor cars. So he was the grandson, he was born in that family, and he became a devotee, and he took initiation from Srila Prabhupada. And he was the main donor towards the Mayapur project which is going on. So he was initiated with the name Ambarish. Anyway, it happened on one occasion that Prabhupada came there to Detroit. He said to Prabhupada, that's a Ford Motor Company. And the devotee said to Alfred Ford, he said, is that where you work? And Prabhupada immediately pointed out and said, he does not work, he is the proprietor. If you own the company, you don't have to work, right? You're the owner of the company. You have to employ other people to do the work. So, like that, Lord Krishna, he is the Adi Purush. He is the original person. Everything comes from him. He is the supreme enjoyer. So he does not have to do everything himself. He has his expansions and his energies and different deputies who will take on all of these different activities. Just like the Super Soul, Paramatma is an expansion of Lord Krishna. It's not Lord Krishna directly, but it's an expansion of Lord Krishna. And then also the Brahman is the energy of Lord Krishna. Now we are also Brahman, but we are tiny parts of Brahman. That is the Para Brahman. He is the Supreme Brahman. So there is a distinction between the living entities, the jivas, like ourselves, and the Supreme Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, anytime the company can say, okay, no work anymore, go home, you can no join. At any time they can dismiss you. And sometimes you may be working, they don't pay you. Sometimes the company, they don't have funds. They don't want to pay the workers. So these things happen. But Lord Krishna, although He is the Master and we are the servants, the relationship is very nice. The relationship of Master and servant is so nice, so enjoyable, that there is more pleasure in being the servant than in being the Master. How is it there's so much pleasure in being the servant? This has to be understood. Lord Krishna had many servants, you know. Lord Krishna had 16,108 queens. Right? And they were all in the of Lord Krishna. They loved Lord Krishna and they served Him with their heart and soul. But Lord Krishna, although He had 16,108 queens, and they were fed with meat, but He is chanting the name, Radha, where are you? Oh Radha, where are you? It's with Rukmini, or it's with Satyabhama, but He is chanting the name of Radha. Oh Lalita, oh Vishaka, oh Yashoda. He is chanting the names of His other ladies. So that Krishna's queens could understand that wives of Lord Krishna, but He has more love for other people. How is it these other people are able to capture the mind of Lord Krishna so much? So it was explained. You are all Krishna's queens, but each one of you all have 10 sons and 1 daughter. You know that? Lord Krishna, each of His queens, they have 10 sons. They got 10 sons and 1 daughter. So He said to them, you may be Krishna's consort, but you don't just think of people, other devotees. And they only think of Krishna. And these other people, I'm speaking of course about the gopis of Braja, they may not be so beautiful as the queens of Dwarka. The queens of Dwarka, they're decorated with jewelry, expensive ornaments. And the gopis, they're just decorated with forest flowers. Whatever grows, whatever you find growing there, the Lord Janina. Prabhupada, he was saying to us, he said, there is only one qualification to see God. And then he said, Premanjana Jarita. In other words, that qualification to see God, that is Prema. That is Prema, love of God. When your eyes have the ointment of prema, then you can see God. You have to put that ointment, just like you put the makeup on the eyes, you have to put that ointment of healing on the eyes. And then you can see God, and you can see Krishna. So I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is known as Krishna, Shamsundar himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotee sees within the heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion, tinged with the sight of love. So, this is how we can understand Lord Krishna. Prabhupada also quotes this other verse, Atashri Krishna Navadi Navadat Ramendra, that Krishna cannot be understood by the material senses. We want to use our eyes, we're accustomed to see things with our eyes, and sometimes people say, if there's God, I should be able to see Him. We say no. You have to have the qualification to see God. You cannot see Him with your material eyes. Your eyes are material. You can only see material things. You cannot see the divine. You cannot see the pure spiritual form of the Lord. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Naham Prakasha Sarvatma Yoga Maya Samavrita. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my eternal created potency, Yoga Maya. So Krishna reveals himself to the devotees, to those who have devotion. And that devotion begins, as I said, Jiva Atashi Krishna Navadi Navadat Ramendra Seva Mukhe Jiva Adao Swayam Eva Spurti. Jiva Adao begins with the tongue. Our devotion, our awakening, our approach to Lord Krishna comes about by using our tongue in the service of Krishna to chant the holy name and to also honor the remnants of food offered to Lord Krishna. In this way, we can develop a qualification to come to feel God's presence and then to go on to actually see God. And just, of course, as devotees, we're not anxious to see God. We're anxious to serve God. We want to give service. We don't want to dictate, oh, I want to see God. I have to. That is not the mode of the Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnavas at least. We don't demand to see God, but we do want service. We want to serve the Lord. And what service can we do? It begins with the tongue, to chant the holy name and to honor, to serve. These two activities, very simple, everyone can do that and take pleasure in these activities. And by doing these activities, very quickly and surely you can progress in spiritual knowledge, in spiritual realization. And you can go on to know God more and more, to understand the world. Because Krishna reveals himself to his devotees. Some people know God as Brahman, others know him as Paramatma, and still the devotees who know the Lord as Bhagavan. So the word is service. We talk about Sanatan Dharma, eternal service to the Lord. But it's so much pleasure in being the service that no one ever wants to become the master. It's so It's so satisfying, it's so pleasing to be the servant, to try to serve Krishna. It's so sad Lord Krishna himself comes to experience that service, to feel that pleasure which his devotees again understand. Alright, is there any question? Anybody have a question? How many of you have taken the Bhagavad Gita course? Studied one chapter a day? How many? None of you. You never took the Bhagavad Gita course? Yeah, you took it? Did you take it? Bhagavad Gita chapter a day, 1 hour a day, online, available online, free. Study the Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters, one class a day, one chapter a day. Everyone should study, read the books, take the courses, go online. You've all got a mobile phone. I know. You can use your phone to attend the class and hear the Bhagavad Gita. They have also Bhakti Shastri course. They have disciple course. Everyone you should study, learn, take these classes and hear. Very good for you. Jataka Swami wants everyone to study, read the books. Even if you're initiated, doesn't mean you go back to Godhead. You have to learn, you have to hear. So you have to take these classes, come and learn and find out more. Very important. Don't think, oh, I'm old now, I finished my education. No, you're a soul. You're not the body. You're not old or young. You're a soul. And your soul needs to be clean, to get clean. If you get cleansed, then you hear the Bhagavad Gita. And when you hear about it's very important. Take these classes and try to learn, study more.
Maharaj, how do you overcome weakness of the heart? How do you overcome?
Heart will be too much attachment towards sense gratification. So how will we overcome that weakness of the heart? By cultivating Krishna consciousness. Just simply become Krishna conscious. All the good qualities will comes about due to too much contemplation of the sense objects. Jayato Vishaya Putsa Sangastishu Pajayati. By contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. So that's where the weakness of the heart comes about. We think too much about material things. We become attached to sense gratification. About, oh, how I can enjoy, what I should do, and should have to enjoy more. Oh, my handphone's out of date, I should get a new handphone. Oh, my car's getting old, I need to, oh, my shoes are old, I need to get new ones. Oh, I need more. We're always thinking about this and that. But this is a weakness of the heart. We're not thinking about Krishna. We're thinking about me, the body. We're thinking I am the body and the things in relation. And in that way, then you can conquer over the and conquer over the weakness of the heart. Alright?
Any other questions? So thank you very much.